Aww. Look at it. It's cute. I need to be able to see this a bit better.
What are you doing?
Like that. So I can see it, you know? Okay, let's make sure my mic. Okay, the mic is working. Yay! So cute. Look at it sleeping. I'm gonna wake it. Wow, I really forgot how much I built this house in a hurry. Ooh. I hear something. There's sparkly something. Oh, there it is. Grimer both have theirs. Let's get yoink. I was doing this to get. Gonna put this away in storage. I just realized I can move some Pokemon into that other house I have there. I need to I need to organize this stuff. Okay, so this is fossils, mystery items. Okay, this will be the blocks. This area, and this. So yeah, you definitely don't go here. And I'll keep these in here for now. Oh my goodness! Hello. Oh, cutie. Why are y'all just staring at the trash cans? Okay, I guess I will never know. I need to make more of these. Okay. Let's make one more to make it look right. Oh my gosh. There we go. Hello Galaxy, welcome to the stream. It's been a while, but I finally got everything working again, and I am back. Took long enough though. Nope, nope, get back here. And if you're wondering, yes, I do this in every single place I go to. I am constantly basically sorting all of this stuff. For instance, flowers and effects that you pick up in the area just naturally go in there. if I have stuff that's already made like this, I normally put that in a separate one. Then there's just the non-pre-made stuff I put in here. Glass is a pre-made item, so that goes up in the top. I'm gonna put the furniture here. Oh, that's steps. Come back. Go walk behind here, apparently, because that's what I have to do now. Okie dokie. That goes in there. That goes in there. Hello, Devante! Yeah, because in this game there is really no organizing a lot of this stuff, and that's like the only downside I'd say to this game, is the fact that organizing stuff in it is not easy compared to a lot of other games. Oh, I'm gonna need to build even more of these, aren't I? This is my life. And yes, I've done this in almost every single biome. I've just created boxes full of everything. Be it food, items, that I'm actually keeping, those I'm keeping with me, because... No, get back here. And I have actually completed the game. I've been good. I've just been kind of invested in this to an extent that is probably not healthy. But I've been working on my Cloud Island and a lot of the other stuff. Wait a minute. Get over here. Those two are not, those are wrong area. Wrong holding. These are considered mysterious items, large. Okay, I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna keep those on me. Okay. I'm gonna take that with me. And I'll keep that with me. I can trade those to other Pokemon if I come into... And I'm gonna need more bricks, so... But I also want to keep some clay on me. Where'd Torchic go? Oh, look! There's stuff over here. Oh, yeah. I put that in there. And completely forgot about it. Why do I have limestone in here? Really vague. So yeah, I've been working on all the different villages, and long story short, a lot of them are max environment. Ooh, Venusaur. Whenever I see grubby toys, I always buy those because the poison type Pokemon really like them. So it gives me, like, I'm trying to get this 1 to 10 so I can unlock all the cute different Pokemon to spawn in. Who's in here? Oh, it's Zorua! Hey, Zorua! I will trade you for this. I'll give you one of these, because you're cute. In all honesty, I get way too many of those. 500. Wait, why am I trading the ores? I can... Ooh! It's not common you see an iron bench. I was adding an extra because it opens room for me to be able to have stuff. Oh, there's Torchic. Of course you're outside Spinnerak's house. Put 50 of those in there. Actually, maybe 30. There we go. We're left with 2. Aww. Oh, cool. I'll plant these right away for you guys. Let's see. Where's a spot? This is perfect. And just... Oop. There we go. And I have beat the game because I've unlocked the Magnemite, which you only can get after you complete the main storyline. But, this is probably the least worked on area that I've done. Which I'm kind of sad to say when it comes to that, because I kind of feel, because when I say that, I realize, like, dang, I really let these little guys down, huh? But there's, like, almost no Pokemon here compared to these, to several other areas, which has a lot of Pokemon. Speaking of which, I should probably move some Pokemon from the different locations to here. But I gotta build them some houses. Ooh. Awesome. I'm gonna give you a grubby paper. I know you're gonna like this. Thank you, Garbodor. Garbodor is adorable. I don't know why people really don't like the Garbodor and Trubbish line. They're just really cute in my eyes. Like, how can you hate that? I have literally gotten almost every single Pokemon in the game. Yeah, I may have a slight addiction with this game. So I'm only missing Porygon Z, Wigglytuff, and Absol. I think those are all I'm missing. And then, of course, until the new DLC comes out and we're getting some more Pokemon, which I am very excited about. I just found that out this morning. But, of course, when I have legendary Pokemon, I move them to... The Withered Wasteland is the one that I have worked probably the most on. Also, I discovered this thing called a quesadilla. Best food ever. Sorry, I'm hungry. Oh, Venusaur! Venusaur lives in my house here with me, and so does Zoroark in, and as you saw, Auroras lives in my home at Bleak Beach. This is the Withered Wasteland. Well, it was withered. It's not really a withered wasteland anymore. It is more a very lush wasteland now. And this was before I even knew there were different areas in the game. Like, I just focused singularly on this area. To the point where it's kind of concerning how much I focused on this, because, like, there are environments for literally every single Pokemon. And I didn't even know that there was other places, so I just started building everything under the sun that I could. Ooh. Get over here. Get over here. Also, I'm not sure I get that joke. Ooh, rare Poke Ingot. Okay, I'll take it. So I've also gotten most of the, but yeah, we have a Pikachu fountain, and I made a whole entire, waterfall in the back. And I did this by actually just putting water here. I gotta put some grates across here, because that's just an issue waiting to happen. And some Pokemon that live here originally did not even originate in this area. Like, I always feel bad for Marowak, so instead of keeping it near the gravestone, I put it here with a bunch of stuff I know it likes. And because Onix, you know, it's such a big Pokemon. And you really don't need these two pieces right here. In order for it to actually fit in the dang house, I had to physically remove these two pieces. Some Pokemon are so big, if you are pre-making a home, like this, like, I just kind of spit on whatever I found at the time, because I was like, I am working on multiple things, and this is taking forever. So I just kind of spat some stuff on, and then I attached a water wheel over here, because I'm like, you know what? Electricity. Let's do it. Well, there were already two here, but of course, you know, this one's kind of over there and not being used because of the fact that I already have enough stuff on it. I still haven't restored this area up here, which I probably should, but it's not high on my priority list. Then there's this water glades area with two little houses. This one's, I think, empty. Did I move any? Nope, I still have not moved anybody in there. And then all the Hitmons live in here. It's not very big, but for some reason I always find at least two of them in here. Hitmonlee really likes that tea set for some reason. And they got a training area outside. Oh, not Bleak Beach. No, I didn't. So there's little posters that are on the different locations that show you where you are gonna go. Mimikyu lives here with me in the Rocky Ravine because it's a nocturnal Pokemon, so it likes a dark area. So I figured it would make more sense. And of course, Rocky, this area is like the mining and fossil area, so there was like a thing to put fossil displays. So I put like the Jaw fossil and Tyrantrum next to each other. It's very heavily, like, based on fire and all that. Got the Craniatos fossil. The whole smelting room. The eatery, kitchen. Got all the Poke Centers are stored. All of them have little houses with little birds on top of them. Then over here where the party area is, I literally just lined up the... So it makes a sound whenever you go in it. And there's just a bunch of stuff for them to play with. And then there's the houses I've been repairing, and I made a little park area here. And our last house just got restored. Which I figured I'd make it a tiny house with little hedges leading up to it. It's just a little place. I might put one Pokemon. I feel like if 4 Pokemon live in an area like this, it is not, like... Bro, you are in the door. Ditto. Wake up, please. Okay, who was I gonna bring over here? Oh yeah, dude. Wait, who was I gonna move into these houses? Does Jude have a house? But yeah, basically I rebuilt these houses, a lot of these houses, brick by brick, by just copying what they were. And then this area, because I wanted to have the, like, the heat element down closer to here, because it's like, bro, look at that it's a cool effect. But I didn't want it to burn the whole place down. So I literally was having to play Catch the Lava for like 3 hours. And I made a huge, like, place leading up so the fire type Pokemon can still get up here. And this is where we light off fireworks when there is a party. I bring Volcanion with me to help me with that. And I've, like, created a giant, like, cascading lava field. Ooh, I see an abnormality in the lava. Get over here. There we go. Fixed. But yeah, this is the one I kept the most natural out of all of them. And of course there's a giant field over here. We have one with flowers, one with beans, one with potatoes, and one with wheat. Because at the time I did not have tomatoes, so I put flowers instead. And then this is a giant playground with a bunch of stuff they can interact with. little vending machines so they can get their stuff. Now, this one I went a bit crazy on, but not on the city itself, but the surroundings. And I swear to gosh, do not judge me. Gardevoir lives here with me. The only reason I have Gardevoir living with me is because that girl at least keeps things tidy. Like, I can appreciate it being tidy. Aw, thanks, Sliggoo. So yeah, we've got like a bunch of areas. This is where Mime Jr. lives. That's our little area where stuff goes. And then there's the insanity that I did, which is, like, I've tried to make, if there is the ability to give them a hot spring, I will make them a hot spring. Like, I like this mysterious stone a bit too much for my own. It's just very shiny, and I guess that's like the dragon part of me talking. But it's shiny, and I like it. So we have an above ground one for like the avians, and then a below ground one for the ones that don't fly. We have the waterfall here for the water types that live here. A fountain and 2 areas for the Illumais and the Dratini. This is where Matang lives. Yes, he lives in the most futuristic house here. Because he is futuristic. And then I made a little restaurant down here where they can... And I forgot... Yeah, Servine runs the restaurant here. There's little toys up here. And unfortunately, these get knocked out by the bylaw stuff. So I gave up eventually. This is Audino. She runs the little store in the front. And of course, because it's Servine, we're gonna have to have little plants growing out of the ground, and there's just food, and basically you go up here, jump up, and there's food for everybody. And a tiny little hot tub. And then there's a work area. And now, I'm gonna warn y'all, this is where I got carried away. So, I wanted a way to connect every single island to each other in a way. And I found out that those stones under there have water constantly flowing out of them. And I'm like, if I can make connecting bridgeways, this would probably be the coolest thing I could do. And so I spent way too long just connecting everything by waterway. Like, they're all connected by water formations. Like, I was bored. I was very bored. And I'm like, ooh, sparkly with water. Like, water and sparkly, I like. Despite what most people think of when they hear a dragon as a cave dwelling, I'm actually a semi-aquatic species. So I do like water quite a bit. And I can swim. So this is like a weakness of mine. And yes, this did take a long time to build, and yes, this is just floating in the air. But yeah, all of this is connected. And I took a bunch of the inside of this, and then I had to patch it up with what was remaining of it, and then I had to go to several dream islands and also get all of those as I connected this giant monstrosity that I created. It's got so many connecting pieces. So it all starts off really like right here, where this is like the main like area where it actually comes out of the broken pipe. So it goes here and it starts like going all the way out into multiple areas. And of course you can see like there's, from there you can get up to the main building, but under it I was like, what would be a really cool way to connect all the islands? Because I remembered that there was, oh heck no, I know you are not, there is not a corner. Oh wait. Okay, no, yeah, you have no excuse to be looking like that. I thought the aesthetic with the clouds just looked really nice. And yes, I spent way too much time just being an absolute nuisance. And just like, I lost track after a few hours how many hours I had spent doing this. To the point where I literally was like, wait, what time is it? Like I said, even now I'm still like adding on to this. I need help. I really should not be like this addicted to a game, but here we are. Like, I'm a mess. And I'm not ashamed of it either. I know dang well I'm a mess. But you really have to be careful when you're building up here, because one wrong move and you're either like falling through the sky, or you are literally just destroying all of your hard work. And it's like, you just sit there staring at it like, you know, I had things I wanted to do today, but here we are. These are the consequences of my stupid actions. Stupidity has a consequence, and that consequence is apparently named Amy. So this is an unfinished part of it. I actually was going to get to it, but I never did, so I guess I'm finishing it now. Ooh, see what I mean? See what I mean? Boom, right there. That is a hole in the ground. It's so pretty. And all you gotta do is, like, it's so easy. Like, you just go and make your little, you go boop, 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 boop. Then you take your one little area because you don't want this area to be mismatched, and you just, and boom, there you go. Finished. Merry Chrysler. Merry Christmas. Sometimes it won't make it all the way though, as you can see right there, and you'll have to just like, oh no, no, get back here. To make it look proper, you have to like get it like that. It's like, why can't you just flow normally? So yes, I do get paranoid when it comes to accidentally breaking certain areas because I'm scared I'm just gonna end up. What? See what I mean? There goes water. But what I like about the Magnemite ability, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, why wasn't this available like earlier in the game? It made my life so much easier building my dream island, and I'm really glad I waited to do that because I would have been there for hours. Oop, can't do that. No, 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 no. Yeah, you do not want the pieces to intertwine because next thing you know, you have a waterfall pouring halfway to Arkansas. Which is apparently someplace in where I have found myself. Look at how fast this is. Like, bro, y'all could make this a bit earlier in the game. Like, please, next time. Like, it's a great reward for finishing the game, though. Like, don't get me wrong. That is, like, probably one of the best reasons to actually complete the story. Okay, now we're officially all connected. It's officially all connected. Okay. Like, this is literally in the sky. So yeah, I got very carried away. So yeah, after this was finished, and I realized you know, I'm not gonna say anything about that because I don't know how many of you have actually played this game. But basically, all the water areas are now connected by a giant crystalline structure. Muscle tabs. Oh, and then I also built this for just Servine to rule over. This is Servine's domain. Just a giant flower field that I put together and totally didn't spend too much time putting it together. I did. I spent way too much dang time on that. Then there's just the little habitats for each Pokemon. And now this is where I went even crazier than I thought I would. Give me 1 second. I have to heat this for like a few minutes in the microwave. So if the connection gets rocky, that is why. Microwave does not like my connection. Yay! Ugh. Ugh. I do not like when that happens. Ugh, my face froze there. So, most people know that I am actually a pretty big fan of this little fish right here. Like, he is like the cutest thing to me. I would die for this and this fish line right here. I would die for them. So down on this is my house, and they live on the bottom level. And up on the top level, I have Pikachu, which is the cute little Pikachu. I love her. She's so precious. Oh, hi. Can I help you? Meow. My cat, the cat. Kitty. This is Piplup's house. My, fledgling Noodles, her favorite Pokemon is Piplup, so... This is a direct result of that. Everything is just Piplup themed in here. This is my actual village that I made. Oh yeah, and Mew lives with me too, so that's why you'll see him here. No, I don't have a minute. Leave me alone. Then this is like the main area. This is the plaza. We've got the fountain. I do not know how I got so lucky as to get the Ditto face one, like on the first try for my personal village, my palette town. And then we've got the fountain that's in the middle. And this is the farmer's market. There are 6 separate farmer stalls, so that's where all the Pokemon sell. And I got lucky enough to get the Ditto Chansey as well. And then the garden area, and the fountain, and there's a bunch of different houses here, and this is a little swimming pool area for the Pokemon. And then I have my workshop, which Smear Guru lives up here, and Tink Master lives down here, and this is my workshop. Then I have literally every flower in the game and every bush now that is currently available. So these are all the different colors. This is the frog pond. You'll see Greninja's asleep right here. This is our haunted house. We have the Prevos all in here. We have the Pokemart log cabin. And like I said, some Pokemon are so big they physically cannot get through here. Yes, Snorlax. I had to put double doors for this fat boy. For this big boy. Like, excuse me, sir. I love you. But why do you need double doors? Like, I didn't realize I was going to be like, And then we have the garden over here. These are where we grow all the vegetables and stuff. And the berry garden. The berry garden is shared by Scizor, Vikavolt, Corviknight, and Pidgeot, which 2 birds, 2 bugs makes sense. And then we have the hot springs and the showers next to the hot springs, because afterwards. And then here's the and then the legendaries. I've got Suicune, Entei, Raikou, and them sharing a house with Volcanion. So I just kind of put together some stuff down here that's like ocean and electricity for Suiko and Raiko, so they would get together, like, it would, and then Volcanion and them, it's just fire. Fire is everywhere. They even have a heat rock to keep it hot up here. I literally made them like a royalty place. Like, you just have chill downstairs, and then upstairs it is just... everything is on fire. And then there's Mewtwo. Oh yeah, and I had to build somewhere for Aerodactyl, and for some reason... why do the fossil Pokemon want to have their dead bodies in their homes? Why is that a thing? Because I literally go over and I have to, this is literally a landing area for Aerodactyl because his wings are so dang big. He can't fit through the front door. So I had to improvise. I had to make him a little hole in the wall so he could come in here. And this was originally Noivern and them lived in here with them. So of course I have like this like giant thing in here, and each house has like its own little place, but on the bright side at least I can fly in and out. Little area touch pool over there, and then I had to build a bunch of other houses. There's the transport, there goes Porygon, there goes Porygon 2. Like for instance, this one is just like all of the edgy and I tried to put music in each of the houses like that fit like their themes. Like, for instance, like Clodsire and Goodra, they like it humid, they like the sky, they like a bunch of this stuff. So I just put a bunch of stuff I know they like all in this area. And you know what? Since I am here, Merry Christmas. That will grow in a few days. I'll come back for that one. But yeah, and then this is where Porygon and, this is where Porygon 2 live. And yes, it is just... messy. It is literally a science lab. I based it off of the labs found in Pokemon, in the first few Pokemon games, because Team Rocket, for some reason, has the most unhygienic scientific areas you will find. As for Mewtwo, Mewtwo lives in that tiny house right there. Yeah. Because he refuses to leave the house. Like, I find, like, I cannot get him to leave this house. And he won't, like, this is literally all he does, is stay in here all day with his reading materials and his Game Boy and just bruh. He just stays in here all day. Occasionally he'll come out to go to the hot spring, but it's very rare, and it's like in the middle of the dang night is when he does it. And I built a roller coaster right here for the Pokemon, but it didn't come out as I really wanted it to. Put a bunch of the, like, it's for outer space, and Carcole runs it. So yeah, he, like, he runs it. Then here is Machamp and Steelix. We've got Magnemite and Electabuzz. We've got all of these guys. They all live in here. We got Pikachu and Raichu in the same house. And then Electabuzz and Jolteon. We got the Magmar and Magby, the Tinkatons. Aurorus and Glaceon, of course, live together because they're like the only two ice types. There are like next to no ice types in this game. Cyndaquil and Typhlosion live together. Shello, Psyduck, and Azumarill live there. And then, like, as you can see, there are different areas to get over to different areas. And this is the legendary birds. This is where they live. Originally, I was going to have Entei or Volcanion live here, which is why it is still here. But I ended up making it a front for our #1 suspect. So yeah, this is the heavy security prison that I made for Mr. Mime, because I do not like that Pokemon. 1 second. Let me just... I do not want it getting out. You heard me. Maximum security prison. This thing touches baby Pokemon. You cannot convince me otherwise. Now, when I go down this, you will notice that these lights only turn on when I go in. Where the frick did he go? Bro, no. How did he get out? Oh no. You know what? I know how to get you back here. Ah, Jesus Christ! Oh! No, get away, 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 wait, wait, get away, get away, get away, wait, wait, no, 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 no. Oh. Bro, he just popped down the damn ceiling! Nah. So yeah, he lives in there. Yeah, that's where he lives. Apparently he was just on the ceiling like a freaking spider! Look at it. Look at it. Bro, why is this a Pokemon that was in the game? Like, out of all the Pokemon you could have put in this game, you put that. That. Detective Pikachu's taught me one thing: you don't trust a mime. And now as I leave, the lights will all go out. And he will be again. So now we know he was hiding on the ceiling to jump scare me. I want to go up. I want to get out of here. This is horror. I don't want to be here anymore. Let me off. Get me out of here. Close the door. No! Get up. Damn it. Close that. Ugh, that's why there's caution all over it. And also, I have the 3 legendary birds watching his butt. Got Moltres on this side, Zapdos over here, and Articuno's chilling to the east. And yes, I made little things so it's easier for them to get around. So this is the abandoned flower plant. This is where Zapdos lives. If he's here, I'm not sure if he... Yes, he is. He's here. He's asleep. I'm gonna leave. I don't want to wake him. Bye, buddy. No, it's not. You just saw the exact reason as to why I built that. He jump scares me way too many times. I originally didn't even make that, but he jump scared me so many times when I had to try to find him that was the result. Jump scare me once, and this is Articuno's house. Jump scare me once. It's on me. Jump scare me twice. Okay, got me good. Jump scare me thrice. You're going straight to jail. Straight to the jail. My heart cannot take that. That's Articuno. Oh my god. No, he just looks too much... I'm not really afraid of clowns, actually, shockingly. I know a lot of people who are. But... And this is Moltres. He's got, like... He literally has the most Aztec-looking place. And these are pre-built kits, by the way, that you have to put together specially for these Pokemon to even get them to spawn. And there's Moltres, just vibing in his thing. And if you're guessing, which one did I make last? Articuno. I have personal beef with Articuno. Because as a kid, everybody hates on Moltres. Meanwhile, Articuno is literally... Mr. Mime is literally... Like, if I had a sleep paralysis demon, it would be that. Like, it is literally, if he tries to dig out, he gets got by the boiling lake of lava. That is how many things, that is, yeah, when I was building that, the boiling lake of lava literally hit me in the head. I dug too high. But yeah, that is why I'm scared of that thing. Because I literally turned around for 5 seconds. I go to find him, I'm like, wait, where could he have gone? I need some help building this. I put the down. Boom! Just right out the ceiling. Right off of someplace. Right out of the ground. So, moving along, this area is a little, I made a little, oasis down here. It's just kind of here to be here, honestly, because I got bored one day and I was like, I want to make an oasis. And, like, these fish represent me, my daughter, and my husband. And of course, you can't have a proper, like, desert biome without that one little sandstone thing that if you accidentally sneeze on it the wrong way, it's gonna collapse. So we have that right there. I'm not joking about the accidentally sneezing on it, it will collapse. There is literally a whole entire thing that, like, there's a whole national park apparently. And then you have the, this is our lake, our little lake and river area, like the glades. And Sableye lives here with his camping equipment. Sableye was an event Pokemon, so I built this area just for him because I felt like it would make him feel a lot more at home. Like, for instance, we have the upper part of the stream where it would be more, the waves would be less intense, so there's a lot of more duckweed up here, and then, of course, down here there's a lot more clutter because it would get all wiped down into these different pools. Then we have the, swimming area, or as I like to call it, the lit-up pool. And I literally, when the event was going on, I took a lot of these crystals because I was like, you know what, they light up at night, so I'm going to take a few of them, and I'm going to put them all around the area that I'm making here. So, like, there's sitting benches, there's a table and chairs, and then you have the little playground. This is one of the coolest things I was able to find out. I found out you can put these together and make a tree. So the Pokemon, they climb all on this, they play on all the stuff, and then I made them a little splash pad, a sand area. The sand area is so you can wash off in the splash pad after you're done. There's one for the Pokemon with wings, one for the Pokemon that have, like, they can jump over these, play the tiles, go down the swing, make sand castles, take a break under here, they got blocks. Then I just made a panda. I got bored. It's got a little tail. And then we have the whole This is the whole concert area, so this is where we throw the parties when we do end up throwing parties. And this is our little eatery where you can buy stuff. And then there's our cafe where Chef Dante and DJ Rotom live. This is their house. And of course there's another lift here to get to there, but you can also take the stairs if thou desires to take the stairs. Yes, I did not. That's mainly for Snorlax and our other Pokemon that prefer not to walk. And then there is the athletic. I'm looking at Machamp right now. Yeah, Machamp is our main reason we have that. And then this is our gatherers and our recyclers. Hello, buddy! I had to put them right next to Tangela because... Okay, I love it. Because he's constantly shedding vines, and I need somebody to clean that up. See what I mean? Look at all this. Look at it! How were there this many? And see, what I do is I put like waste paper and stuff in here, and they turn it into paper and iron, and that is very helpful for me. So, this is where Farafrig and Minccino live. Very chic, very aesthetically pleasing, very mundure. Very casual aesthetic. And then you go upstairs. So basically, every single Team Rocket building in a nutshell. That's why I said there's the lift for Snorlax and then there's stairs for Machamp. So yeah, this is where Coughing and Wheezing live. And, yes. Because of the fact that I grew up with the Pokemon anime, yes, that was actually a thing where I came from. We still had a lot of the stuff that's actually in this world. In my world, so I had the anime, and I loved Coughing and Wheezing. I mean, just look at that little toofers. Look at his little teeth. He just got little teethers. And then the diffuser is like, they like trash and stuff, so I made them a whole separate environment. I'm like, I can turn this into basically like the buildings, like the evil organization buildings, where like below it is like, oh wow, this is a nice place, and then you either go below or up, and it's like, okay, something sketchy is going on up here. Cause I literally, I and yes, I never thought I'd say that in a sentence either. And then I put, the two younger variations. Curlia and Ralts live in there, live in here with Umbreon and Espeon, because I felt like if there was a couple, if you've ever played the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, Gates to Infinity, actually has Espeon, Umbreon, and they have a very, like, parental kind of trope, and I feel like they would have been the ones that would be the most responsible to help take care of a Ralts and a Curlia, because Gardevoir and Gallade were not here at the time, and I put Gallade in with somebody else. But like, there's books here. Persian lives right here with them too, so I'm like, I'm not worried about them. Persian's like that, the uncle that like has the money and spends on them, and then there's the two parents who are like constantly, that's kind of like what I imagine goes on in there. And then we have the House of Hectasy. On the bottom floor, we have somebody leaving logs everywhere. We have the kitchen with the spots left on the stove. the bath is currently running. This is the Axew household. Machop was supposed to come in here and help gather those, but he has since not done that. And this is how hectic this house is, because on top of the house... Can I help you? Hello. Drifloom lives up here. Yeah. This is Drifloom's house. I keep him in here because I don't need him carrying off anybody. There's a reason why Elekid lives with a bunch of evolved Pokemon. And why Munchlax lives with Snorlax. Then the Tatsugiri brothers, they live here. I'm still trying to find the pink one. That's the only other Pokemon I'm missing. Their house is built off of the area, the town right where near them where you can actually catch them. In Scarlet and Violet. And then there's Tyrantrum and Tyranitar, because these two, I felt like they just belong with each other, in my opinion. So they've got landscapes of both of their places, like, in here. They've got their little sand, their Pokeball stuff. Of course, the fossil of the previous king. Bro, why would you want your bones in there? And they're also, they both have country accents, so they both say howdy. So, and then because I love Ekans, like, I'm literally a sucker for Ekans, I just built this tiny house just for Ekans so he could hide in here. Because he likes it dark. Aww. Thank you. Glowing mushrooms are actually not easy to find, so I'm very happy for that. And now for this is the area that you can actually visit. You guys can actually visit this Cloud Island that I have here if you have the game. I say as, 1 second, we are going to go to the Be Right Back so I can, 1, heat this up, and 2, update my system because I don't want it to crash stuff, you know? There we go. I need to eat this before I forget. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay. So that update actually went very fast. I'm very happy it did. Because sometimes they can take a long time. I'm looking at Fortnite right now. Like, why do your updates take so long? I normally will hold them back until nighttime because I'm like, I do not have enough time in the day to wait for you. Hi, Mew. Also, I wouldn't want to come out of my house either if this ball of sunshine. Yay! I'm so happy. Yay! I got the little heart with Mew. But yeah, on top there's a bunch of plants for pollinating Pokemon. Okie dokie. Now let's see if I can actually... Now this one you guys can actually visit if you have the game. This is the one that I actually have created for you guys to actually interact with. And it is constantly under work because I'm constantly adding new environments. I always snag the paints when they're on sale. So this is the Dream Island that I've been working on. I've been working on this for the past few weeks. And every area in here has like different corresponding music that goes with the area. Like this is like the base area. Got a big old bird pole. Of course I made... And yes, I did it again. I did it again. That's Suicune's domain. Because I kind of felt bad at just putting them all in a house in the one area, so... this is our garden. We have Drillbur lives here, Drillbur, Escadrill, Bellsprout, and then there's the Squovette, Snivy, and Servine. Igglybuff and Jigglypuff live here. Slowpoke lives here. And then there's my little veggie garden. This is my house. And you will notice there are different Pokemon than the other house that is there. Magikarp is, of course, still here. But, two of my other favorites actually live in here. And yes, I really like Venonat. Venonat is a tiny ball of fluff. And yes, this is Mount Coronet, because I am a Sinnoh baby. My first game was Pokemon Pearl for the DS, and my first partner was Turtwig. Wait, are they actually playing a game on there? You guys are playing a game. Aww. They're playing the Game Boys. So yeah, this is my house here. It's not near as packed as the one in there, but of course, like, there's the different biomes that I've connected, most of them. Gyarados and Blastoise live here. Grimer, buddy, why are we in the ocean? Why are you in the ocean biome? You live in the... Oh my god. You know what? I'm not... But yeah, this is where the two Gastrodons and... Ooh! Wait. Who? Ooh, Lampent! Yes! Get over here. Also, Pokemon I do not understand how they've survived in this universe is the Lampent line, because they literally need souls, like life energy, to survive. So how is this Pokemon surviving? I'm gonna put you right here with the Grave of Flowers. Because I'm gonna have to update this, and so before you say anything, yes, this is the House of Spiders. This is a reference to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, which we just got announced a huge remake, which I'm really excited for. If anybody knows about that, we have actually, the Zelda community has been waiting over, I think, 13 years now, since there was actual Goma concept leaked of the actual animation. So this is based on the Scatola house from Kakariko Village. So yeah, they just live in here. This is our first haunted house, because of course, you know, and Mimikyu and Gimmighoul live here, because this one is my less creepy one. This one's just like a spooky atmosphere house for, like, eventually I'm gonna be moving, like for instance, Dusk Noir and Chandelure are gonna get moved up here. But until then, I'm just waiting for them to actually appear. Which is one of the things, the spawns can be iffy at times. But yeah, I literally had to build this whole entire, I had to build this whole external part of here because this was all just like, there was no mountain. So I had to literally go around and cover everything to make it look like it actually belongs here. And then you have the dump environment. This is where we have, like, the poison types like Arbok, Ekans, Weezing, Trubbish, Garbodor, Coughing, and a lot of the other Pokemon that really like garbage. And right between there, we have the Pokemon that actually originated in a marshland, but now have moved, and we have Muck and Grimer's house, because they like it really dark. And also, I'm always afraid to harvest the garbage over there, because I don't want to suck up some of the ones that I've actually left there purposely. So I have them separate. And then Wooper and Clodsire are living here. And since we're getting Mudkip in the next update, we're getting the Mudkip line, which I'm really excited about. I am really excited about that. And he's gonna go here as well, because Mudkip is a swamp-dwelling creature. It is not a ocean-dwelling. And this one is one that I'm very proud of right here. This one I worked very hard on. This one is based off of the old chateau from Diamond and Pearl. And if you know anything about the old chateau, it is a very disturbing place that a lot of Pokemon players encountered their first ghost Pokemon, and there were only 3 different kinds of Pokemon you could encounter in the old chateau, and that was Ghastly, Haunter, and if you had a third gen Pokemon game like Emerald, Sapphire, or Ruby in the bottom of your Game Boy, wait, not Game Boy, your DS, you could actually encounter Gengar. And oh yeah, it's also where you found Rotom. So I literally recruited all 3 of these guys, and I accurately remade the whole entire area of this, starting off with the library, which is when you first walk into it, and then the eating area. And I put this here because we didn't, there's no antidotes in the game, unfortunately. And repels were like one of the few ways to actually guarantee yourself a Gengar, so that's also a reference to that. But basically the lore goes that during the old chateau was actually owned by the grass gym leader in her family. It's also the place where Cyrus's, yes, you heard that correctly, Cyrus's Rotom fled to after it realized what he was becoming. Which is how we understand how Cyrus got Crobat. He is not inherently evil, he just does not understand humans at all. Or animals in general. He does not understand anything. He is like a tech nerd. To the point where he has isolated himself, like no emotions, abnormal, like kind of stuff. By the way, I did not do that. That was Haunter. And then I have the little teacup here is a reference to Sinistea and Poltergeist. And there was leftover food, and like everything was like displaced. So, and then you go upstairs, and upstairs, the only place you could encounter Rotom in the original game was upstairs, right next, like 2 rooms away from Gengar, and there was a TV. I need to get a TV and bring it up here and put it on this, because it was, or a box, because I remember the TV was on 2 old boxes. And this is a reference to Shiny Sinistea and Poltergeist. Like I said, I'm constantly updating these, so there's constantly going to be updates to these environments and such. But yeah, I had to collect all of these using the Magnemite state, like the stone and the waste paper, as well as these pieces, the grass, the webs, everything had to be like hold down and put together. But on the second floor, 2 of the Pokemon you could only encounter. One of them was the Gengar, and again, you had to have the Game Boy of the 3rd generation in there, or the 3rd generation, 1st generation games. And that is how you would get what? Are there 2 of you in there? Why are both of your speakers sleeping? You know what? Now, well, that's a stupid question. Oh, okay, I get it. You tired. Okay, I'll leave. But one fact that's actually interesting is, dependent on what your main character was in Diamond and Pearl, when you did encounter a Gengar, it was in the room with the painting which the eyes followed you, and you could see the ghost girl in the other room. And once you caught that Gengar, it would either be a female if you were a female protagonist, or a male if you were a male protagonist. the ghost girl and the butler, they never would show up again. That whole entire interaction, gone. And then this is Mosslax's little area, because, you know, he never moves. I brought you some spicy bread. Like I said, he's just very happy to receive his bread. Oh! Hello? Who is there? Oh, it's Dashbun! Like, I'm gonna have to build a... I'm gonna have to build a bakery for these guys. But yeah, like, this is our little area for Pokemon that I really haven't been able to place, or or like still trying to get the spawn in. But there is a furnace up here that I keep burning. What's up, Makuhita? Wait, what's up, Hariyama? Sorry, Makuhita and Hariyama. I always get those two mixed up for some reason. Oh, pink mountain flowers! Awesome! I'm gonna put one of them right there, so it's like, is it a boy, is it a girl? Because let's face it, that's... There we go. And put the rest there. But yeah, that is the base. That's the ghost area. Huh? What the? This is the furnace area. What's... Oh! Yeah, bro. I'm gonna move you to the electric type area. Yeah, you're not staying here. Follow me. Not you. You. Mr. Boom Boom. But yeah, this is my workplace, and where I put some of the Pokemon, where I put items when the Pokemon are spawning in. This is our berry orchard. As you can see, we have 4 trees of each. Well, almost 4 trees of each. I still need to get... I think I have a... Now I'm actually thinking about it. Do I have one? Yes, I do! I need to put you in. Boop! And occasionally I'll sometimes get carrots growing in here, so that's beneficial. So far, a lot of leaves today. Yay, carrot! Carrot! Yippee! So yeah, I need to get another Rost. But I actually have a house I have the Electrode in. I made for the Electrode in Voltorb. And so I've been waiting for him to spawn somewhere, but I didn't know where he was going to spawn. I did not expect him to spawn where he did. But this is Axew and Axew, Haxorus, and Fracture's house. And then over back here, we have the Tinkaton line. They all live back here because I figured I'd keep them all together. And over here, we have Meowth, Persian, Munchlax, and Snorlax. They live in this enclosure right here. We've got our little fountain. And this is our, like, area in the middle where it's like, you know, some of the Pokemon that live here are ice, some that live here are grass, some are water. It's like the in-between area. And this is Leafeon and Glaceon's home. Which I don't know why, but they often swap beds. Like, Glaceon literally has this whole area that's, like, chilled. And then you have... well... So yeah, they're the first of... This is the first of the Evolutions houses that I've made. It's not even close to being done. But of course, like I said, I'm a Sinnoh baby, and, oh wow, thank you! So they were the first Evolutions that I was, like, really introduced to. And this is Piplup's house. Again, my kid loves Piplup. Literally has a plushie of it called Pippi. Because she can't say Piplup, so she calls it Pippi. And here we have the Frog house. All that lives here is Frog. So we have the Froakie line and Politoed. Then over here we have the full growns of the Tangrowth line and the Oddish line. They drop leaves and stuff. Yo, Lucario, what's up, bro? Okay. I'll move Cinderace closer then. I did want to get him out of that patch of grass before he lights the place up. And this place is our little shopping area, so it's got the Celadon City music. Because we've got our Pokemon right there, and then we've got our area where Pokemon sell their stuff. Like, for instance, look, right here, we've got some stuff. I'm not sure who's selling today. Oh, it's you! Oh, did you go and collect those? So we have Pokemon that, like I said, the berries are over there, and they collect different things that are left around the area. And then we have, of course, this. They all collect them. This is our, where the fighting types live. We have Makuhita, Hariyama, Timber, and them in this area. And I put Pewter City because it just felt right. Riolu and Lucario actually live at these punching bags. The Hitmon family lives here. And then they have a big old bonfire so they can all get together. And the Machamp, and Machoke, as well as Conkeldurr live here. And this is the farmstead where the Torchic family lives. Made it based off of a barn. Now there goes Plusle out of our, this is our electric type area. Buddy, why are you so slow? You are literally a ball. Oh boy. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. And yeah, they use this to get to and fro from here all the way over there, and I honestly don't blame them. But this is our, and you may, if you recognize, this is the Diamond Pearl and Pearl game corner. And this is the house I made for them. See, it's got their little monitors they can play with, sandbags to absorb excess electricity, trash cans like they like for some reason. I don't know why they like trash cans, they just do. Beats me. But, as long as it makes them happy, I'll give it to them. But yeah, I wanted it to be kind of like... But yeah, and then we have Elekid and Charjabug live here. This is just a cycling rest stop. Overgrown machine. This is where Magneton, Pikachu, oh my gosh. Pommy. Is that the right name? Pommy? I normally do not forget Pokemon names, but that is the one Pokemon name that I am... Pommy. Okay, I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking of Pomni for some reason from the Amazing Digital Circus. But Pichu lives here. Electabuzz lives here. Yes, he lives in the trash cans. Don't ask me why. Magna Zone lives here. Magnemite lives here. This is Electivires. Yes, he's a show-off. They've got their little hot spring that they often gather in, and then you have, this is, Raiko's house. He watches over all the electric types. I gave him tires to play with, because if you know anything about, so most people actually think that, most people think that the Raikou and Raikou, Suicune, and Entei are either cats or dogs. They're actually not. They're both. They're chimeras. And then we have, this is where the Flaffy line lives. Lots of cotton. I have to go in here daily to make sure it's not all over the place. And this is where Vikavolt lives. And then if you go over here, we have the psychic types. This one's empty because, again, I'm setting up everything. This is Espeon. I'm probably going to move the dark types in with the psychic types as well because of the fact that the types just get along really well, weirdly. They actually have a lot of the same likes. Mime Jr. lives here. I've not gotten Mr. Mime on this island yet. They've got their little gardens here. We've got some, I need to water these. But yeah, I basically, they got their little hot spring here. You'll commonly find you'll find the Alakazam line in here. And this is the Metagross, because they're psychic and steel. So this is like the steel psychic. I made theirs very tech, so they would feel at home. I wanted it to be tech-based so they could actually kind of like feel like they belong. And this is Metagross's house. He's got a whole gamer setup. He's got a gamer setup, a gamer fridge, a gamer bed, a nice book. Yes, he likes letters. I have no idea why, but yeah, they like it. They like letters a lot. Let's see, what was I gonna grab? Was I gonna put in here? Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. But yeah, I love the way his feet make the tapping. Like the little tick, 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 tick. I love the fact that they actually put that in there. So it actually is like the Pokemon walking. And because we have Mime Jr. here, I always have a little gathering thing, because Mime Jr. and Espeon are always finding things. This is the Abracadabra and Alakazam. They live here. A lot of, like, stuff that... And they like it dark. That's why there's no lights in here. I guess it's good for meditation. Oh, hey, Charcadet. And there's Pidgeot. He came from the bird area, which is probably the one that was... And right next to in between these, I made a little thing based off of the mangroves that I'm working on still. Based off of the Everglades and the mangroves. And here is our fire and cave entrance. Eventually, I'm gonna build just a cave entrance. But this is Entei's domain. This is where, like, all the rock and Pokemon, like, dry and dark areas live. Like, Dugtrio, Diglett, Cranidos, Shieldon. I'm gonna make a whole museum area for those Pokemon eventually. And, of course, every single place I go, I always put one of these because I know that these Pokemon like them. And then all the fire types live down here. There's Arcanine. Torkoal lives here right now. Hawkspring loves that. Most people actually do not know that this right here, Torkoal, the fact that he pops up in a mossy hot spring, is actually a reference to the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. Oh, Roly-Poly is gathering stuff. But we've got Magby. We've got Charmander's right here. It was his little sandy gas pile he always makes. Colossal lives here, watching over the two. Charcadet lives here. Carkol lives right here. He likes to sleep right under it. Charmeleon lives here. He likes to sleep right over here. Larvesta and Volcarona live here, as you can tell by all of the string. All the twine everywhere. And Magmar lives here. Then I'm trying to get Onix to move in here. And then you have Cyriledge right here. And Armarouge lives right next to him. Crobat, Typhlosion, Geodude, Graveler, Bastiodon. Oh, and Roly-Poly, of course. And then we have Entei's home, which is right down here. I gotta put some stairs. Wunderbar. So this is Entei's house. He's got his tires, his flowers, his bell. He loves this thing. And a hammock, which he really likes. Do I have stairs on me? I do. There we go. That should make it easier for them to get up and down. Like, eventually I'm going to be turning this whole area into, but yeah, I even have magma pouring from the ceilings. This was probably the most painful area to actually pull off because of the fact that Ditto is not fireproof. And, I did a magma pillar around every pillar. So... Oh, and yes, this is completely functional. And sometimes the Pokemon will play on it, which is really cute. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, well, I haven't showed you guys the beach yet. And this is where most of our water types live, our water and grass types, give or take. I made this to be like a little beaver area, like a little, like, you know, the little areas where where creatures will build little houses next to running water. Sliggoo lives here. Gumi is right here. And then we've got Poliwag, Lotad, Vaporeon. Dratini actually lives right here. And then Ludicolo lives here. He runs the garden for them all. And then we've got the crystals leading up to as I like, this area is Dragonite and Poliwhirl. They live up here, and Suicune is often up here. She'll just come up here and hang out. So I made her this little area, and also, so flying Pokemon do not bonk into the middle of the night, because that's actually why we have lights on things, is so planes do not get and hit things. That's why I have these lights there, because I do not want them to get impaled, basically. And of course, like I said, I did it again. I like it. It's sparkly, and I like it. Ooh, potatoes. So I wanted Suicune to rule over, like, the water areas. So what I did is, when you come down here, this is Suicune's house. It's got an inflatable bed right on the water. It's got some flowers, some nice Aurora Borealis lights. They're actually gamer lights. And then I made a blue light down here that she can turn on and off when she wants. And then, again, 4 pillars surrounding the pillars made of just water. And then we have the seaside area. Oh, yay! Finally! We finally got it here! Yay! The other Shellas! Hi, little baby! So cute. Yeah, like I said, I've been a little bit obsessed with this game. So yeah, Shellos, Lapras, and multiple other Pokemon live here. This is the dock area, and the, and I did put, because it just felt right. And yes, there's a fire for them to all sit around. Empoleon lives here. Prinplup lives here. I'm still building this one. This is the cafe. Audino lives here, and the other Shellos lives here, along with Pawmot and Pomo, which I'm probably gonna move Palmy down here too, because it is a tropical. And Execute and Executor live here. Aww, you sleepy. And then I made them a little tide pool habitat here. Dang it! See what I mean about how you have to be careful? Or otherwise you'll suck up the stuff you've harvested. Dang it, what did I suck up? Glass, seashell. Okay, so just the glass and a seashell. Okay. I think I can find that pretty fast. And like, you're probably wondering, how are you building all of this? I'm taking it all from the other parts of this island. This island is huge. This is only like bro, this right here, like down in the left side corner, all you see that part that's all built up, those are only the parts I've built up. All the waterways you see there, that's where I've built. The other side is all the untouched stuff. Yeah. That's why that mountain looks like it got hit with a hurricane. And I'm gonna be the other reason I also did not touch these is because I want to put the, legendary birds up here. Because there's Muse tablets are over here. So I want to get the legendary birds, like, in their different areas. Oh yeah, and we have the bug type habitat too. I almost forgot. We have the bug habitat. This is for the bug types. We have Pincer, Scizor, Scyther, Vespiquen. All the different bugs all live over here with the flowers and the moss and the trees. I made it look like a little bit like Viridian Forest. Venomoth loves to sit here with these flowers, but it lives right here. And then there's a little area for them to just kind of relax. And this is where I'm probably going to put another environment eventually. I'm trying to, like, think about which one I might do. Ooh! That's definitely a lamp. Because, like I said, there's not many, ice or, ice types or anything like that, so I can't really do an ice type. And then you have this is how I get up to the... And then I do have a desert environment as well. It's on the opposite side of here. Speaking of which, I probably should make a connect... That's actually what I need to make next, is a connecting area between these two. This is our desert area. Cubone, Marowak, Cacnea, the Cacnea line, Cacturn, and the Flygon line live over here. I kind of wish I would have only made 2 houses, because I forgot how few there were in that category of, like, hey, I live in this location. But you're probably wondering what this is. And fair enough, because like I said, you were probably wondering where Pidgeot came from. But yeah, the Psychic type has a Zen Garden with a Fortune Teller's booth. Making them way downtown, walking fast. This is where the birds live. This is where all of the flying species live, including Aerodactyl. This is Chatots. We have Rookidee, Corviknight, Corvisquire, Dartrix, Pelipper. I've got a little picnic area for them. Murkrow lives in there because he likes it dark. Noctowl, Wingull, I think Hoot's right over here. Yeah, Hoot, Altaria, Wattrel, Kilowattrel, Corvusquire, Rowlet, and then this is Aerodactyl's house. So he's got his entry where he normally would and his fly strip. So he can fly out when he wants to. And I gave him a little mini ore lamp. So yeah, that's about as much as I've gotten done so far, honestly. I'm trying to think, because I know I'm gonna have to get some items. What am I gonna... I'm gonna build that connecting area right now, because otherwise, you know, that's never gonna get done. I mean, there's already a floating area in the game. I mean, I just used inspiration to make a habitat for an animal. I just want to make it somewhere they would want to live, you know? Oh, and that mysterious stone, it's lightweight. That's why I used it. It's lightweight, and it also apparently has elemental properties that cause it to float. That's why I use it for stuff that is kind of airy. Yeah, I messed up on that part. But how have you all been? I meant to ask that a bit earlier, but I forgot, completely forgot, got carried away and forgot. Well, I mean, I have been gone for a while, so I figured, you know what, I should probably pop on for a bit. But I did get done recording, a lot of stuff, so... With that finally out of the way, I am very nervous about that premiering. I don't normally sing in front of people. But I finally got the courage to. So yeah, I'm totally not just sitting here like minutely panicking. But yeah, if I don't sound very good, I do apologize. Like I said, I normally, don't sing. And yes, this is probably one of the most handy tools they've given us. That's easier said than done. Oop, not that one. There it is. So yes, I have shamelessly mined so much of this, and then I just cover it up, and I find where I was excavating, and I go back in there. Eventually, I'll go in with stuff from the other parts of the island that I'm not gonna do, and I'll fill it back up. But for the moment, it's just. My resourceful little tactic. Thanks, guys. Ooh, white rock. I'm gonna snag some of that. I don't have too much white rock. And yes, different rocks have different textures, colors, and appearances. Yes and no. Mainly because I'm gonna be honest, not many good swimming areas in this world. At least where I am. And when there's no swimming areas, trying to deal with the excessive heat, which has been getting worse every year, well, it's kind of a drag. You know? I hear a big verb. Oh, trust me, if you're not, like, literally under a shade where I am, it is abysmal. And that's coming from a dragon. You gotta remember that. It's coming from a dragon. Like, so if I'm saying it's hot, you better bet it is hot. I mean, my species lives in dang volcanoes. Also, I fill this in so I don't fall in, because when I'm excavating areas, I sometimes will forget that I've put, like, hole areas, so I try to at least put, like, several layers of just blocks, because I'm like, at least if I do it like this, I will not fall on my face. I think that was Ho-Oh. Is there a feather? Feather! See that stream of smoke? That is a Ho-Oh feather. You were so close to the water. So close, yet so far. Oh yeah, see, I told you I could find some glass pretty fast. And bloop! Also, I guess Pokemon technically gave me my birthday wish. I was like, I really hope we get some DLC for this game. You know, Pokemon, hold my drink. Oh yeah, I love spicy food. Each dragon has different tolerances, though, to different levels of spicy food. Like, some dragons can handle, like, California Reapers and stuff like that, but others, they like it mild. And some can't even stand it at all. It's kind of funny seeing that, well, we're labeled fire breathers, yet But Capucin is something completely on its own level of, I do not care about anything you have to say. I am literally going to burn your butt. Oh. Well, I guess that's where we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks guys for joining me. Until next time, this is Amy Wolf saying, gotta catch 'em all. Catch you later. Bye guys.